this bitch is crazy. What sperm donor do you know that goes and gets matching pajamas with the mother and the baby? So this is not a hate Hannah train. I just don't like her. I wish that I could be on somebody's family plan. If you want to pay my phone bill, let me know. And those is not his kids for real. Like, they his kids, but they not really his kids, but they his kids, but not really. But they his kids, but not really. I want to say bullying, but what you trying to, like, force me to get you flowers? He looks good. I still think it's diabolical that she quit her job to be on the show.
Let them know that everything big. Nail done, hair done, everything big. And my NY.
And I do like that during this conversation with Marissa's family, they didn't really focus on politics. I mean, on the military and politics and stuff, because I feel like that's been talked about so much. It's been ran through the damn mud. Like, we know she was in the military. Moving on. Like, it's annoying now. And so now let's talk about Hannah and Nick. I also want to say I also don't like Hannah. Yeah, don't like Hannah. I don't think that Nick is, like, super innocent, but I also don't think that Nick is a bad person. You can tell that Nick comes from a very loving family. Now, no matter how he is outside of what we've seen, and maybe they are just giving Nick a really good edit, but it just, like, Nick just seems to be a victim in all of this, and I'll explain why. Hannah is just, like, she has a fucking stick up her ass. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. She's coming in, she's like, oh, I'm so mature. I've been on my own since 18. And then we meet her parent, because I'm like, well, damn, that may be because she came from a bad family. No, we meet her married parents. That doesn't mean that they're perfect, but seem to really love her. It just gives that the bitch is difficult as fuck. They get into just speaking about, so we get to see Nick's apartment. Nick lives in the basement of his parents' home. Now, usually I would judge a man for this. If this was 2020, I would have judged you for this. If this was, damn, the pandemic happened at the beginning of the year. If this was the very, very, very beginning of 2021, I may have judged a 28-year-old for that. But in 2024, so this is coming from someone that doesn't live with their parents. In 2024, I'm 29. I would not judge a 28-year-old. I wouldn't judge a 29-year-old. I wouldn't judge somebody in their 30s for living at home. This economy is atrocious. This economy is atrocious. It's horrible. And he should feel very lucky. I'm sure at this point, the parents done paid off the house. All they gotta pay is property taxes, and all they gotta do is keep up with maintenance on the house and the stuff you would have to do anyway. And they probably was like, live downstairs, save up your money. He got him a little basement apartment, living the good life. Hannah just gives me the type of vibe where she makes stuff way more difficult than it needs to be. You emphasizing the fact that you left on your own at 18. There's way more to the story as to why she left home. She could have been kicked out because she was a monster. She could have left because she was a monster. Who knows? It's not giving that I don't know them enough to say. But I think it's more seeing her personality. And this is why I'm saying this. Not like hearing the situation without seeing her personality, but seeing her personality on TV. Then hearing what her friends said and what her family said to confirm that that's who she truly is like, there's more to the story. 100%. But yeah, okay, let's focus. So we see his basement. She judges his basement. It was like clean. She's like, oh, well, does your parents clean it? He's like, no, I clean it. She's just being like super judgmental. Hated that for her. I also hate that she really just tries to belittle him. She tries to belittle him in any way that she can. It will be a transition living with him. I think that for guys, especially guys that live at home and they have really loving moms, mom may essentially do pretty much anything for them. Like, mom probably cooks all the meals, and mom probably like does clean the place and make sure that it's like he may tidy up, but mom probably like deep cleans and stuff like that. And so transitioning from having someone do those things for you to having to do it by yourself, or your place will look like a garbage can, is going to be a hard thing. And I also can see I can see her concern with that. I can 100% see her concern with that. I've never lived with a man. And so I just like, I know that I would probably, little stuff like that would bother me. Like I would want somebody to, take out the garbage when it's too full and stuff like that. What I will say was, they was having a conversation and she was like, yeah, but you didn't take out the garbage today. And I'm like, or you took it out yesterday, you didn't take it out today. And I'm like, it's two of y'all. The garbage is not being filled up to the brim in one day. There's no reason why you need to take the garbage out every day. Are people taking out the garbage every day? I want to know that. Is that a real question? Comment down below if you take out your garbage every single day. Because I've never heard of that before. If the garbage can is full, then yes, absolutely. Take out the garbage can. But to waste garbage bags like that? It's insane. I feel like that's such a waste. Anyway, I'm making that point to make, she wants to create a hostile situation, and she's doing just that. She's creating a hostile situation because you're doing unnecessary stuff. At least let him be him. Let him be him. If it's something that bothers you, then say something. But she's not even giving him the opportunity. Like, it would be different if the garbage can was overflowing and it's like, babe, you don't see the garbage can? Like, can you take out the garbage, please? Like, when it's overflowing, take it out or something like that. But you're saying after one day to not take out the garbage can, and that's a problem? This bitch is crazy. I thought that was wild. And then they get into a conversation about finances. Clearly, and then she keeps saying things like, because you're not mature and you're not financially literate, and just a lot of things where, granted, he doesn't, when it came to the financial aspect of things, I did feel like he should know more about that. And again, being honest with the fact that it is going to be a transition living with someone that has only lived with their parents to now living with their partner. That's going to be a big deal for both of them. But I also think that there's, again, a way to go about things. And you don't have to be so stern and you don't have to be so tough when it comes to going about things. In my last relationship, we went about finances very differently. I do enjoy, like, I do spend money, don't get me wrong, but I am on the more frugal side. And this person was, like to spend a lot. And, I started telling him, like, this, instead of doing this, you could do that. Instead of doing this, you could do that. But did it in a nice and a loving way. So there's ways to say things. There's ways to do things. You don't have to be like so raw all the time to get your point across. You don't. And even to this day, I'm sure he can be honest about the fact that, like, damn, Precious taught me this and Precious taught me that. And so there's ways to go about things without being a monster or a bitch. And I want to say that he needs to grow up for his parents paying his bills. But again, in this economy, I mean, I wish that I could be on somebody's family plan. If you want to pay my phone bill, let me know. And I also felt like she was like coming for him because his parents loved him so much and allowed him to stay there. And I'm like, just because it seems like, because this is before I even got to see her interact with her parents. I was like, just because his parents like and love him doesn't mean that you need to belittle him because his parents wants him to stay home or they're okay with him staying home or whatever the case may be. Like, relax. In American society, we are I wouldn't say the only ones, but there's a lot of other cultures where the kids stay home until they move out to be with somebody. You want to know why? Because we were not meant to do everything by ourselves. You're meant to have a village, a community to help you. And so this whole, let me be so independent and blah, 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 I get it. Again, I take care of myself and stuff like that, but if somebody doesn't want to do that and they want to stay home until that's okay too. So just like, I just want her to stop coming for him. That's what I want. And, I want him to say something about it. And I honestly feel like she's only continuing on with this situation because she feels like she put so much into it. AKA quitting her job. And so I think that's why she's trying to force it to work. And so then we get to see Hannah's friend come over. And when Hannah's friend come over, Hannah continues to, be her mean self and mean-spirited self. And she's still making fun of Nick. Nick points out, like, since we've been here, you haven't said anything nice about me. And then he finally stands up for himself and says something back. It was kind of like, well, you could step up more since you're unemployed, which I 100% agree. I still think it's diabolical that she quit her job to be on the show, but we won't get into that. And I'm happy that they finally showed that she did tell him, because I was waiting for that conversation, but maybe that happened off camera or whatever the case may be. But yeah. And then she goes to the bathroom or whatever she said, and he gets to have a conversation with her friend. And her friend is basically like, yeah, like, this is how she is all the time. She always says things that are essentially disrespectful, and the minute that you try to say something back to her, she has an issue. And so I was like, oh, okay, no, that's just her personality. Like, this is just who she is. This is just who she is. And it's going to be a problem. It's not going to change. And I don't really know what type of person or what type of personality really goes with her personality. But I think that Nick is way too calm and he just takes way too much. He also expressed in this moment that, he can only take so much. Like, he's like, the comments are not funny. He thinks that they're mean and they just keep coming and he doesn't say anything back. And it's just like nonstop. And that's exactly how, I think, as a viewer, that's how we see it too. That's how we're perceiving it. And not perceiving it, apparently that's how it's happening. And it's not okay. And I'm so happy that he got to have that moment where her friend, someone who knows her, or her brother, that was her brother got a chance to validate that experience for him. We then move into the meeting with Nick and Hannah's parents. And I think that Nick handled this so well. I think that her family didn't really have too many questions for Hannah, which was alarming to me because it's giving I think it shows her personality that she's going to do what she wants to do. And so they're done fighting with her. It's just kind of like, okay, if this is what you want to do, then fine. And I think she was looking for them to give a little bit more. But I think that they have like fought enough and they don't want to fight with her anymore. I don't think that they like her. I think they may love her as parents. And if you're a parent, you may get it even though you may not want to admit it. If you're not a parent and you're a child, you may get it and you may not want to admit it. And I think that, you have some parents that love you because you're their child, but they may not like you. And I think that Hannah just gives, like, she was difficult. Like, she was difficult, and they're just kind of like, if this is what you want to do, then fine. Like, we're here. You asked us to be here. We're here. This is what we have to give. Because we're not going to fight you anymore. And so I think that Hannah needs therapy. I think there's something going on internally with her. I think that, and I'm saying this is something really off about Hannah. I think Monica, I don't think she necessarily, she may need therapy too. But I think hers was a little bit different. I think she just needed someone with just a little bit of a stronger personality and maybe someone who is has a similar background to her. I think that Hannah, she's still young too, but she has some growing to do. She has some growing and some learning to do, as we all do. So this is not a hate Hannah train. I just don't like her. And then we finally get to meet Nick's family, and they are exactly what I thought they would be. Loving, caring, open arms to Hannah. You could tell that the mom just really is like so excited to have her there. She welcomes her in immediately. And she's just like super, super loving. And that's exactly what I expected, because you can tell that Nick has a good heart. Again, he may not be a complete angel. I'm sure some woman out there could say something about him, but he seems to be like a really good person and be kind, genuinely kind. And so, yeah, they were everything I expected them to be. Super supportive, super loving, and I like them. And I like Nick. I don't know if I said that, but I do. And he still has growing to do, too. As we know, men just mature slower than women. And now moving on to Tyler and Ashley. The reason I roll my eyes is because I am so disappointed in Tyler. If you guys are even listening to TikTok or on TikTok or wherever, even a little bit, we know that Tyler has 3 kids. He's now told Ashley that he has 3 kids. And the way that he has spent it on the show is that he has 3 kids, but he's a sperm donor. So it's not like he had these kids the traditional way and he has these baby mamas. Allegedly, according to Tyler, he is a sperm donor. And those is not his kids for real. Like, they his kids, but they not really his kids, but they his kids, but not really. But they his kids, but not really. And it's giving very much so. It's giving very much so. This nigga is lying. Because if you guys seen the damn TikToks, he got Christmas pictures with matching pajamas. He got all of these just family pictures. It's giving very much so family. He's like, oh, well, it's a friend and she wanted a baby. It's giving very much so family. Let's look for the videos, and we could talk about the videos, and y'all could tell me what y'all think.
We've officially found the real season 7 villain, because the Tyler T is absolutely insane. So for starters, earlier this week it was revealed that Tyler was hiding a huge part of his life: 3 entire children. This was discovered after a woman named Lavetta Thomas made claims on social media that Tyler actually has 3 kids. And in the previews for the rest of this season, Ashley is seen completely distressed, stating, 2 weeks before our wedding, this is something I should have known. And now, things have gone from bad to worse, with another woman revealing that Tyler was actually texting her during his time living with Ashley. So here's the screenshot, and in it, he asks her if
So
he can
now
come
he's
over.
texting bitches while he's living with, like, why are you being so disrespectful? I don't understand these men. If you want to just get on a television show, you can get on another show. You don't have to come on a dating show. If you want to be single, babe, sweetie, look me in my eyes. Be fucking single then. You don't have to pretend to love these women and be with these women in order for you to be on a television show. You don't have to.
At 3 a.m., saying really need it, to which she asks what happened, and then he says, I just really need someone. According to sources, he never ended up coming over because it was 3 a.m. and it was definitely too late for this woman, but not because he didn't want to. And again, this is all apparently while he was living in his shared apartment with Ashley. I'm not gonna lie, this guy was the biggest wolf in sheep's clothing, because he actually really had me fooled.
So as we know, Ashley and Tyler used to be my fave. They used to. But for him to sit in her face this whole time, talk about kids, we saw them talking about kids. In the beginning of these 3 episodes or whatever, one of them, they was talking about how they want to have kids. They were talking about baby names. They were talking about Christmas and new traditions that they wanted to start as a family. We then see a scene where Tyler meets Ashley's dad. That goes amazing. He basically gets the permission to, you know, move forward in this with the marriage, even though he's already proposed. It was beautiful. It was nice. They were having a great time. Tyler finally decides to share this information with Ashley. Again, I want to emphasize, according to him at this time, he is a sperm donor. He has never been in a relationship with these women. He's not involved. Ashley does make it clear that she does want to see some type of paperwork indicating that if he's a sperm donor and he isn't involved, that, you know, that's all it is. Up until this point, I don't believe that she's received those documents. And let's be clear that this happened 2 weeks before the wedding. So she finds out 2 weeks before the wedding. I'm just so disappointed in Tyler. If you have kids, I don't think there's anything wrong with having kids, especially his age. He's in his 30s. I don't know exactly what, like 36 maybe. It's okay for you to have kids. Life happens. But be honest about that. And even if you were a sperm donor, I still feel like that's something that you are supposed to tell a woman, because she should be able to make the decision if she wants to deal with this or if she does not. And it's unfair for you to just decide for her, to essentially have her fall in love with you, make sure that she's a ride or die, and then go, oh, by the way, I got 3 kids. I don't have no kids, and I don't really like to date men with kids. And if he told me that if I met a guy and he told me that he was a sperm donor, I don't think I would be interested in that either. Because if that's your friend, it's sticky. It gives very much so messy. And I already know that the version that we seen online and the version that we're hearing that he's telling, I know that that's not the truth. The whole truth. I know that there's more tea to it. And, you know, I can't wait for the tea to come out, because I know that this is not the end of it. And honestly, at this point, do I think that they will walk down the aisle? I do. I think they'll make it to the altar. Do I think they will get married? I don't think so. And I don't want this for Ashley. So I hope that they don't get married. I think that Tyler wants to text other bitches. He wants to have secret kids and secret families. Then, you know, go be happy with your secret kids and your secret families, Mr. I'm a sperm donor, but I'm playing Christmas dress up with my kids. Because those is clearly your kids. What sperm donor do you know that goes and gets matching pajamas with the mother and the baby? What sperm donor do you know that does that? What? Who? Never heard of it before. He's lying. He's lying, and I don't want that for Ashley. I don't want that for my girl. Her husband is out there, and the nigga name is not Tyler. Her husband is, and if it might not be this Tyler. Maybe it's a different Tyler. It may be a Tyler, but it's not this Tyler. Okay? Ashley, move on. Let this nigga go. I don't care how chivalrous. Oh, I don't touch doors. I don't open up. Fuck all that shit. If he gonna have secret kids and secret families, who cares? And then you got the nerve to be like, oh, can I come see you at 3? Oh my gosh. Jesus. Please. I'm done with him. That's not even, you know, my situation, and I'm done with him. I hate this so much, because I just really wanted to see a beautiful Black couple get married. I love love. And I just really thought, I was like, they're going to make it. Up until this point, I was like, they're going to make it. But I guess not. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I hope to see you guys in another video.